Welcome into our final game of the day here from Braemar Arena. This is the Walser Invitational, second semifinal between the Holy Family Catholic Fire in the green sweaters and the Edina Hornets in the white sweaters. The home team, Edina and Holy Family, winner to play in the Walser Championship game tomorrow against the Minnetonka Skippers, who knocked off Andover here just a little bit ago by a score of 4-2. Check, 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 check. There we go. That sounds better. All right, and we are underway. Schugel from her own zone here, and it's stolen right away. Chancewoyski scores! 10 seconds in, and the Hornets are on the board. What a start for Edina, and it's Lauren Zawoyski against Holy Family again. She scored the overtime winner against them earlier this year, and it only takes her 10 seconds. Zawoyski unassisted. She gets her fourth goal of the season as I just threw my pen here accidentally. Not threw, but tossed. Lost my pen. That one's played off the top of the glass by Sammy Hankinson. Ahead for Nelson. Works outside in. Tries to pull the trigger. And now Sammy Hankinson. Shot blocked down. That's Helmstetter for Holy Family. Here go the Fire with Sander. Good stick check there by Taylor Porthen. Sander helps it in deep. Here's Josie Lynn. Held in by Paydosh. Porthen behind the net. Goes right wing there, Sammy Hankinson. Now Paydosh will dump it in. And Hankinson behind the net. What a start for Edina. 1-0 on the goal by Lauren Zawoyski. She scored in 3 straight games against Holy Family. She usually saves it for the overtime winner, but this time she decides to score in the opening 10 seconds. Valentini. Head here to Jenna Allen, who had a good game last night. Here's Ruby Lenk. Lenk on the left wing. Oh, Uma didn't know where that one was. Is it still loose? And she'll fall on top of it. Harmless enough there from the wing from Lenk. Don't normally see that from Uma, but she's able to keep it out. Here's McCoy, who goes behind the net to McConnell for the Hornets. Long pass there. Knutson hard off the board. Zawoyski there. She shoots, and that one is gloved down by Blair. A little bit further out there, and Sedona Blair able to make the save. Edina comes into tonight 8-2. Holy Family is 10-2. Limke at the half boards. Knocked down. Lolo Nelson had a chance. Bangs it toward the front. Box is boxed out by her opposite, number 12, Nelson. This to the line. Anderson miscontrolled. That now to the boards. Contact there between Zawoyski and Paydosh. Now Box. Nelson in pursuit with a few stick checks, but still Haley Box. All the way behind the net, stops on a dime. To the line, Paydosh whizzes one high and wide. Valentini off the end wall. Into the corner, McCoy cushions back to Anderson. Contact there with Box, Nelson. Plays to the boards, and Hornets will change lines here. Valentini across to Paydosh, who chips it up the ice. No, oh, it is going to be icing. Here's Helmstetter offside. Fires it after the whistle, too. Don't think Uma or her teammates were too impressed there. Face off outside the Edina end. 3.5 minutes in, an early goal from Lauren Zawoyski puts the Hornets up 1-0. Sammy Hankinson plays the boards, and that's up into the Fire bench. It's a late call coming here. It's going to be a penalty on the Hornets. All right, back inside Braemar Arena for the second period between Holy Family and Edina. Apologies for some technical difficulties that were affecting our previous stream link. We popped this one up for free. Hopefully, if you had purchased a game link, that you're able to find this one for free. So we'll be free the rest of the way. Edina is the home team on the scoreboard, leading or tied in this game 1-1 with Holy Family. (1-1) after the first period. Goals in the first by Lauren Zawoyski for Edina and Josie Lynn for Holy Family. Here we go for the second period from Braemar. Minimal shots on goal in that first period. It was 3-3 by one total and 6-5 by our very own John Sands. He had 6-5 in favor of Holy Family. Either way, not a ton of shots in the opening frame. That's toward the front and intercepted by Anderson. Through the middle for McCoy, and McCoy will dump it in deep. Valentini to Schugel. To the line, Anderson. Blocked down. Zawoyski spins, and that caught Blair up high, but she's able to catch it. Paydosh behind the net. Out to Knutson, at the half boards. Nelson collides with Lynn. Helmstetter across for Sander. And that's swept in deep. Cornier behind the net. Moved there by Sammy Hankinson. Up to Horton. Down low, Helmstetter. Comes to the line for Paydosh. Now Paydosh, Helmstetter, shoots, blocked. Still Helmstetter, toward the front, turned away by Cornier. Zawoyski down low. Halverson supports to get it out. And Zawoyski gets it in. Valentini away from Horton. Nicely done. Now Valentini up the boards. Close to too many skaters, but I think Braun was just off the ice for Holy Family. Collision into the end boards as box goes down. No doubt some physical stuff in this game so far. Cronin pinches down behind the net. Keppel. And now it's out to Cronin at neutral for Holy Family. That's off the boards and in deep. Here's Taylor Gardner. Pushed ahead to Halverson. And here goes Hannah Halverson. She weaves over right side. Defended well by Box. Turned her back now. Porthin Gardner, and Chapman helps it into the offensive zone before a line change. Halverson and Cronin tie up. Halverson away with the puck. Wins it back to the line. McConnell through traffic. Knocked down Box. Backhand. Box will fish it out. Halverson goes down. Still no penalty. Helmstetter. Now Valentini's tied up. I don't know what Edina has to do to draw a penalty tonight. Truly, there's been 4 or 5 that I think would have been called in some previous games here today, but they're different officiating crews. So I have to say that. Helmstetter off the boards and hammered in by Limke. Here's Josie Lynn, who has the goal for Holy Family. Knutson, blockered away by Uma. Now behind the net. Sander on her backhand. Up top for Knutson, who plays it in deep along the end boards. And that's cleared out by the Hornets. Paydosh. And that one into the bench. Hankinson across to Anderson. Long feed there looking for Nelson. And it's an icing. McCoy behind the net for Dubuck. Here's Zawoyski. Right side, had her pocket picked. Shot by Keppel is blocked. Good shot block there by Tori Anderson, who's hobbling back toward the bench. Lynn upended. No call. Holy Family bench wanted one. Yeah, it looks like we're letting him play tonight a bit, folks. I think that's my conclusion. So far, anyway. Off the outside of the net. Uma had the paddle down. And now Chapman. Left wing side for Horton. Nice pass. Here goes Whitney Horton. And that one flutters toward goal. Sedona Blair gloves it. Paydosh up to Limke. Through the middle for Box. Too far for her. Anderson. Tipped in by Drogo Lamb. Paydosh and Fraley into the boards. Good battle there. Here's a Drogo Lamb to the point for Hankinson, who wrists it deep. Fraley is there for Drogo Lamb. Sets up behind the net. Gretzky's office toward the front. And Stella Hankinson could pull the trigger. Ahead to Limke on the rush. Fire changing behind her. That one's sticked up and out of play by Cornier. Tied up off the dot. Now Kate McCoy will skate ahead with it for the Hornets. Good reach by Knutson to knock it away, and now it's Jenna Allen to Valentini. Nice forecheck Nelson. Here goes Nelson. Drags, and she was tied up at the time of the shot. Now along the boards, Nelson fishes another one out. We'll send it toward the corner. Blair leaves it for Knutson. Knutson here near side. Allen tied up with DeBuck. Good support by Nelson, who gets it deep. McCoy bumped by Valentini. And now Allen pushes it out. Here's DeBuck. Across to McConnell. Almost turned it over to Jenna Allen. Zawoyski there to pick up the scraps. It's off her taping with Helmstetter. Backhand across to Knutson. Wristed in. Uma gets the stick out to knock it away toward the slot. Lynn on a loose puck. Here's Josie Lynn, who shoots, and that's scooped up with a glove of Cornier. That's flipped back to the point for Gardner. Blocked down by Helmstetter. Schugel twists away from Chapman. Sander up the boards. Carried here by Lynn. Now hard off the boards by Hankinson. Schugel. It's off the tape of Halverson. 8.5 minutes down here in the third, or second, and 8.5 to go. We're halfway through regulation in a 1-1 game. Anderson, nice move. They are onside. Tori Anderson. Oh, pass just a little behind for Horton. Box shrugged off the puck. Schugel ties up with Chapman. Allows Horton to come in and pull it out. Down low, Chapman. Now Limke skates ahead, left wing. Stops there at the half boards. Halverson retrieves for Edina. She can wind it up and fly. Here goes Hannah Halverson through the middle. Good stick, though, from Box. Valentini. Now Anderson. Here goes Tori Anderson for Edina. Anderson toward the front. Sticked into the corner by Blair. Stella Hankinson waits to line for Sammy. That's blocked down by Braun. Out to neutral with Sammy, who will flip it in. That's at the side of the net. Blair distributes to Cronin. The Drogo Lamb. But Cronin does well to play it up the left side to Jenna Allen. Stella will hold. Valentini, D to Cronin. Turned over to the front, laid off by Fraley, and broken up nicely by Valentini. Dubuck miscontrols. It allows Allen to take it at full speed. Jenna Allen drags, shoots, save Cornier. That's off the end boards with a funky bounce. Falls for Helmstetter. Blocked. Now Lynn goes wide. And Wheels, friendly fire, runs into a teammate. Played ahead, but good recovery by Schugel. Sent in deep by Stella Hankinson. Schugel D to Knutson. Tipped there by Sander across the red line, no icing. Uma leaves it for Dubuck. Good forecheck Sander, but Dubuck spins away. Up the boards, Knutson couldn't hold. Lynn away from Zawoyski. D, a little bit behind for Chapman, but she has it. We'll push it ahead. No icing. Schugel. Sander loses her feet. Dubuck will step up and hammer one that's blocked. Schugel ties up with Chapman. Box behind the net. Wraps it all the way around. McConnell there for the Hornets. Knutson off the boards. Helmstetter took some contact, looked a little shaken up. This one will roll all the way down the ice. And it's an icing on Holy Family. Blair will steer that one away. High off the glass and into the bench. Coach Cowger right away pointing to that dot in the Holy Family defensive zone. That's where the faceoff will come after Padosh sends the puck out of play. Nelson and Box in the draw. Here's Halverson. Down low for Nelson. Shoots and a big pad save. Blair's best save in a while. Here's Nelson, who rips one into the glove of Sedona Blair. Anderson, past Horton, comes to Halverson. Tried to twist it there to Nelson. Limke, Box, cuts inside, save Cornier. That one rides the boards. Anderson, up the right side for Halverson. Good hold off by Nelson. Horton skates ahead. Horton tries to work to the front. And Blair covers well out of her crease. Coach Sammy Cowger mixing up her lines a little bit here tonight. Looks like she has Nelson in the middle with Whitney Horton and Hannah Halverson on a line. And then I saw Zawoyski and Chapman out there a little bit earlier together. So juggling those top two lines a little bit. Third line stays the same. It's Stella Hankinson, Eliza Fraley, and Kaylee Adrogo-Lamb. This one breaks for Lynn. Moves in. Big pad save, Cornier. Couldn't pull the trigger on the rebounds. Lynn plays it deep. Here's Anderson. Through the middle, all the way. Anderson toward the right side. Good stick from Adrogo-Lamb. Now Lynn loads up for a long pass, which will be an icing. 3:33 to go, second period. No score here in this second. McCoy up top, tipped, rebound, big save, Blair on the follow from Chapman. And now Box can turn and burn. Here goes Haley Box. Box to the front, backhand, another save, this time Uma. Goaltenders going back and forth, which shouldn't be surprising with these two. Zawoyski carries ahead. Zawoyski spins to the front. Gets the shot off. Chapman there in the crease, jamming away. But Sedona comes up with a save. Played behind the net to Sander. Sander long pass and a good one for Helmstetter. Couldn't quite handle it. Gardner up ahead to Halverson, who's running to the official there by Lynn. A little bit of a pick play there, probably unintentional. Nelson and Horton in a board battle. Valentini away with it. Ahead to Sander. 3-on-2 for the Fire. Here's Sander. Forced wide. Porthen did well, really well to force Katya Sander wide. Here's Halverson, who waits, and will flip this one in deep. Valentini around the boards to Helmstetter. Good support by Nelson along the boards. They dig away, under 2 minutes to go in the second. And we will get the whistle. Faceoff should stay in the zone. .154 to go, second period in a 1-1 game. Chapman back to the line. McConnell sticked onto the glass by Blair. Here's Chapman. Twists it. Zawoyski. Save. Rebound. Oh, a huge save by Blair. Zawoyski looking for her second. Nearly had it. Great save, Sedona Blair. Into the corner. Paydosh. To Knutson. Through the middle for Limke. Up ahead to McCoy. Kate McCoy chips that one toward the front. It goes into the corner. Chapman and Knutson. Haley Box there in support. Stick check by Box. Chapman wins the board battle. To Zawoyski. To the point, McConnell. DeBuck through traffic. Right pad save Blair. And now Box fishes it out. We'll clear it down the ice for icing. Nelson against Lynn. Keppel to Sander. Final 30 seconds of the period. behind the net. Moved up the boards. Now Sammy Hankinson. Out front. Long pass to Halverson. Here goes Hannah Halverson, who drags and shoots, and that's a toast save by Blair. Back against the grain. Horton. Halverson tied up. Sander will chop it out, and that will do it for a scoreless second period. No goal scoring in that period. The Hornets scored 10 seconds into this game with Lauren Zawoyski. Josie Lynn answered later in the first, and that is where things stand after 2 periods. We'll be back with the third. Who's going to play Minnetonka in the Walser Championship game tomorrow? Is it Minnetonka and Edina, or is it Minnetonka Holy Family? That'd be a section rematch from a year ago section final in the same building. Otherwise, that's an Edina Minnetonka rematch from also the same building. All right, we'll be back with the third shortly. It's Edina and Holy Family, 1-1 after 2. Here we go, third period from Braemar Arena in Edina. It's the last scheduled period of the day. Game 4, I've seen 11 periods of hockey. We haven't seen overtime yet in the previous 7 games, and boy, this game has been very tight. It's had the makings of it, and as I mentioned, these 2 programs have gone to overtime in 2 straight meetings. 2 just really tight checking games. Both of these teams just pride themselves on being good in their own zone, and you can really tell in how they play. Coaches Keppel and Cowger. And we're underway here in the third. Holy Family behind the net. Oh, it's put wide by Limke with a great chance on the feed from Keppel. Now McCoy up ahead here to Zawoyski. Zawoyski back to McCoy. That's a long way out. Blair might have got a piece of it. It was going high, caught the glass. Anyway, Zawoyski out of the corner. Backhander toward the front. Now down low. Valentini up the wall. Zawoyski. And Tori Anderson will wrist it deep. Here's Valentini. Keppel, not out. Anderson holds at the line. Hornets want a line change. Schugel for Valentini. And now Limke. And Halverson through neutral. Some space out there. Halverson to the forehand is forced wide. We'll cycle it now behind the net. Horton there first. Banked back to the point. Gardner. And intercepted. Here goes Josie Lynn. Having a great Walser tournament so far. 4 goals in 2 games. Nelson, shot. And that was deflected up and out of play. Ramped up off the stick of Lorelai Nelson. Josie Lynn behind her net. Out to the half wall with Sander. Slides it ahead, but behind Lynn. Halverson moves in. Save Blair, and she's there. Before Hannah Halverson could turn home any kind of rebound. Nelson's going to be kicked out of the dot. Halverson will take the draw against Lynn. Halverson tried to push it forward. To the point, McConnell. Blocked and goes wide. Long feed there. Here goes Helmstetter. On her backhand, forced wide. Played toward the front, sticked onto the boards by Cornier. McConnell. Ahead to Halverson. Onside at the blue line, Halverson. Turns back. Still Halverson with it. Backhand flip. Behind the net. Nelson. McConnell. Cross ice. It's Halverson. Drag, nice move, shot. Goes wide. Wraparound attempt, jamming away. And no goal. Puck ended up in the net, but they waved it off. And they're going to pull the face-off all the way back into the Edina zone. And Hannah Halverson's going to the box. Sammy wanted an explanation. Not sure what happened there. So slashing is the call to Hannah Halverson. Power play for Holy Family. And that one goes all the way down the ice. Good clear. So another power play look for the Fire. They've had a couple in this game. And there's going to be the call on the Fire for holding. First penalty called in the game on Holy Family. It's Haley Box for holding. As she was tied up there with Zawoyski on a strong forecheck. Yes, it is Box. She didn't know if it was her or not. And it is. Holy Family's power play erased after just 22 seconds. So we skate 4-on-4 here for almost a minute 40. Chance to see what this game looks like with a bunch of skaters, or a little more space out there, I should say. Lynn through the blue paint. Paydosh chops at it and wins it. Paydosh blocked down toward the line. Limke knocked down out front by Anderson and intercepted. She'll twist back with a minute 5 of 4-on-4 to go. Zawoyski knocked away with a strong stick by Lynn. Touched ahead toward Limke. Didn't control it. Here's Anderson. On the backhand, she's twisted around. Valentini to Paydosh. Now Valentini. Left wing doesn't connect with Helmstetter. McConnell flips it across to Sammy Hankinson. And now left side with Horton. Whitney Horton behind the net. To the line for Porthen. Porthen, Hankinson through traffic. Blocked down. Fire fish it out. Helmstetter, nice pass ahead to Keppel. Keppel looks to work around Hankinson. Nelson, good work in her own zone. Played in deep by the Fire. Keppel out to Helmstetter. To the line, Schugel. Now Knutson. Knutson, quick shot. Oh, save Cornier. Good pad save there. Edina on a short power play here, about 15 more seconds. Knutson, that's toward the front. Halverson out of the box, scoops it up. Numbers here for the Hornets. Long pass ahead, looking for Nelson. And it's a delayed offside. As Halverson wasn't aware of it. Good back check there by Mael Schugel to keep that puck away from Lorelei Nelson. Just 2 seconds to go on the Edina power play. Here's Halverson to DeBuck, who will dump it in. 1-1 with 11:45 to play. Horton behind the net. Comes to the line for DeBuck. Partially fanned on that. Comes to Anderson. Now Box. At the blue line. Flipped in by Anderson. Paydosh goes back to Box. Now Limke through neutral. Here's DeBuck to Anderson. Anderson and Braun in a board battle. Moved along by Lank. Here's Stella Hankinson. Had it roll off her blade. Back to DeBuck. Out front. Quick shot. Knutson. And Cornier will squeeze it. With 10.5 to go. Knutson. Out front. Loose puck. Backhand. Cornier covers it. It's waved off. Folks thought the puck was in. They waved it off. Things are getting a little bit heated in here for both sides. McCoy chops out the line. Paydosh blocked down. Pushed ahead with Gardner. Here's Chapman. Cross the line. Oh, Blair with a little bit of a rebound conceded there, and that one's iced. Hornets win the draw. Porthen down low for Horton. There's a lot going on in this game, both on and off the ice, I might add. We'll leave it at that. Coach Keppel thinks every body contact by Edina is a penalty, but nothing by his team is. Naturally. Porthen down low. Here's Horton. Out of the corner. Moves it to Halverson. Now Porthen. Cross to Taylor Gardner. Toward goal. Rebound on the back door, and Halverson couldn't pull the trigger. So that was Horton. 9 minutes to go in an increasingly tense Walser Invitational semifinal. Here's Hannah Halverson out of the corner. Toward the front for Nelson. Schugel on it. Board battle there. Tied up with Whitney Horton. Everywhere she turns, there's the Edina Hornet. Nelson back to the line for Gardner. Gardner slides it across Porthen. Porthen takes a wrister, and Blair squeezes it. Halfway through the third period. Breaks for Cronin. Ahead to Helmstetter. On the backhand, gets around Anderson. Helmstetter through the blue paint. Drogo Lamb looks to clear. She's tied up with Sander. Fraley chops it out past Helmstetter. Helmstetter will go to Paydosh. Sander. Hankinson. All the way across for Fraley, who dumps it in, and Blair will take the whistle. Knutson clears as far as McConnell for the Hornets, who backhands one up the wall. McCoy couldn't get it across the blue line. Bouncing puck settled by Allen. Allen off the boards and deep. McConnell at the side of the net. Ooh, that's dangerous, but Chapman was there. And she'll carry it up right wing. Here goes Ellie Chapman. Steered away by Blair. Rebound. Sitting there for McCoy. Was cleared to the boards by Knutson. Behind the net, Zawoyski. Sent up the ice by 13, Maddie Braun, and that's icing. $7:15 to go, third period. Nelson and Box in the dot. Holy Family comes away with it. Plays to the boards. Supported by Halverson. They're onside. And Halverson to the outside. Halverson moves in. Flag down with the glove of Blair. Nice save there by Sedona Blair as the shots continue to come in from the Hornets. Nelson and Box again. Nelson pushes this one forward. Comes to Halverson. Snapped off the pad of Blair. Rebound comes to Nelson. Toward the line and back into Hornets territory with Porthen. Porthen's flip backhand toward the direction of Whitney Horton. Nelson looking for Halverson, who was tied up with Helmstetter. Up the ice by Schugel. Here's Schugel. Horton for Edina. Backhand. Twists it down to Nelson. Nelson. Horton just couldn't quite control. Limke ahead. Limke shoots and Cornier the save. Chapman and Lynn battle for it. Poked back to Hankinson. Hankinson behind the net. Here's Anderson for the Hornets. He's tied up with Sander. Lynn off the skate of Chapman. Anderson working hard, trying to play it up the boards. Pinned in, though, by Sander and Helmstetter. Here's McCoy. Off the glass to the line. Glove down, Cronin. That puck pops into the corner. Helmstetter to Sander. Flipped back by Hankinson. Here's Chapman behind the net. Spins away from Sander and can carry it ahead. Off of Lynn. Touched ahead McCoy. Here's Zawoyski. Easy save Blair. Through the middle. Drogo Lamb off the bench. That's steered away by Blair. Cronin up to Helmstetter as the Hornets change. Fraley off the bench. Here's McConnell. Back to Hankinson. Now it's Holy Family's turn to change. They look ahead to Fraley. No icing here. Good strong stick by Fraley. And the Hornets' third line out here. McConnell works it down for Drogo Lamb. Drogo Lamb out front. Sticked away Blair. Pulled away by Jenna Allen with a key defensive play. Here goes Allen for the Fire. Flips it to Lenk. That one steered away by Cornier. Jenna Allen in the corner. Pinned on the boards there by Dubuck. To the line for Knutson. Knutson across to Schugel. Schugel through traffic, blocked down McConnell. She'll get it clear down the ice, and that one's going to be on frame. So Sedona Blair has to play it. 4:20 to go. Knutson up the right side for Box. Box almost had it taken away by Fraley. Out to neutral, Keppel. Left side, Schugel dumps it in. Cornier out from her net, leaves it behind for Dubuck. Here's Fraley. Flipped off the back of the cage by Limke. Dubuck and now Stella Hankinson down the ice. No icing. Knutson plays it there. Halverson on the forecheck. Knutson right wing for Keppel. Nelson's forced back to neutral. They tag up on side. Here goes Nelson. Behind the net. Toward the front. One-timer. Horton jams away. Shot. And Halverson tried to turn it toward goal. Porthen down low for Horton. It's Nelson on her backhand. Nelson walks in. Halverson had a look. And that was shut down. Here goes Limke, who dumps it in. Gardner to Nelson. And now Halverson spins away from pressure. So Porthen, under 3 minutes in regulation. Gardner pushes it ahead to Horton. Deflected there by Sander. Horton to Halverson. Good pinch from Paydosh. Edina dumps it in. They'll change up their D. Cronin hard off the boards. McConnell is there. Hornets delayed offside. They touch up. Cronin near side with Helmstetter. Makes a nice move. Halverson a good stick check though. Halverson to Chapman, who will push it past Paydosh. Knutson, or Cronin rather. Sharp angle, that one goes high. And retreating to neutral, Tori Anderson. 2 minutes down regulation. We've gone a long time here without a whistle. On the backhand there is Tori Anderson to send it deep along the end wall. Holy Family clears. And this will have just enough for icing. Exactly 100 seconds remaining. 1:40 to play in regulation in a 1-1 hockey game. Tie up, quick shot of Drogo Lamb. Flutters and catches the glass. Limke gets it out, sliding on her stomach. Chapman through the middle. Chapman fans out left side, takes a shot, blockered away. Box first to it. Good stick by Drogo Lamb, almost sent Chapman in. Here's Valentini with some space, but she'll dump it, Fire in need of a change. Cornier leaves it for Porthen. Here goes Taylor Porthen. Off the glass, final minute of the third. Here we go. Racing in from the line is Halverson, but she was offside. Face off just outside the Holy Family end. Nelson the dot, strong win, but all the way back for McConnell to play. Good clear there by Nora McConnell with a heavy forecheck in the neighborhood. McConnell with 35, right wing for Halverson, who miscontrolled. Now Lynn up the boards. Sent in, played by Blair. It's going to be waved off. Icing, that is. Paydosh wraps the boards all the way down. Anderson for the Hornets. Anderson left side through the feet of Horton. 15 seconds. Helmstetter moves it deep. Here's Tori Anderson. Anderson to Nelson with 5. Touch to head to Halverson. This would be an intriguing rush if they had more time, but they do not. And for the first time in the Walser Invitational of 2022, we have overtime. We'll put 8 minutes up on the board. I assume we'll rest here for a couple minutes, so we'll have overtime shortly from Braemar. So 3 minutes up on the clock. We're going to take a quick rest, and we'll be back with overtime. You're watching the Walser Invitational on mnhockey.tv. Well, getting a little bit of deja vu here, folks. It was 1-1 going to overtime when these teams played earlier in the month of December out at the Victoria Rec Center, home of Holy Family. Edina won it in overtime with Lauren Zawoyski with the game-winning goal. Uma Cornier made a couple huge saves on a penalty kill for the Hornets in overtime. So getting some deja vu. Also did a game earlier this year that was last season. That's same thing. So 8 minutes up on the clock. We're in overtime. Shootout would decide it if we're still tied after the 8 minutes. Here we go. Edina and Holy Family overtime part 3 with yours truly on the call. all in the last 11 months as well. And the end of a long day. Here we go. And penalty coming. Valentini tripped up. And it's going to be a power play for the Fire in overtime. Lauren Zawoyski sits this time in the box. She can't score for at least 2 minutes. Good omen for the Fire, maybe. Again, it was Zawoyski with the overtime winner 2 straight times when these teams have met. This one rolls out to the line. Limke snaps it to Valentini. Down low. And a whistle. As Taylor Keppel a little bit shaken up there along the end boards. I think that's what they blew the whistle for. I think she's going to have to come out of the game. Yeah. If they blow the whistle for an injured player, they're not going to let that player continue. So Jenna Allen out there now. Limke blocked down by Nelson. And a clear down the ice. Blair leaves it for Valentini behind the net. Referee kind of in the middle of some tie-ups there. Dropped back by Nelson and cleared up the ice by McConnell. Minute 10 on the power play for Holy Family. Good stick by Halverson. Forces the turnover. Halverson, sharp angle. And Blair closes the wickets. And penalty coming here on Josie Lynn, who runs into Hannah Halverson from behind. That's going to negate the rest of the power play. And we'll skate 4-on-4 now for 6:35. Or not for 6:30, for 56 seconds. 6:35 to go. Folks, I've been here since 10 before noon. Pretty much standing in the same spot most of the time. Oh, pardon me if I have a gaffe or two the rest of the way. Anderson protects along the boards in front of her bench. So we skate 4-on-4 here in overtime. Good to see Taylor Keppel back out on the ice for the Fire. Good strong stick from Limke. And it's loose with Horton. Horton goes to Hankinson and gets it back from Sammy Hankinson. Here goes Whitney Horton. Into the offensive zone. Horton, great stick by Padosh. Breaks that up. Here goes Box. Up the right side, backhand, steered away by Cornier. 8 seconds to go here, 4-on-4. Helmstetter. Box fishes it out. That shot blockered away, big save, and it's up and out of play. Now a minute 2 of power play time for the Hornets. 5:37 to go in overtime. If we're still tied after this 8 minutes, we'll go to a shootout to determine who advances. Again, first overtime game here of the Walser tournament. Sent long, but knocked down by Helmstetter, who works around Anderson. Here's Helmstetter. Toward the line, Shuga will hold and get it deep. Great kill so far for the Fire. Tie up there in the corner, couple skaters go down. And Valentini with the clear. Edina not able to set up anything attacking so far. 5 in overtime, 25 on the power play. Rink wide pass finds Hannah Halverson, who stays onside. Halverson works in, bad save, and cleared out as far as Halverson again. Halverson down low for Nelson. Up top for Tori Anderson. Back to Nelson, who spins away. Top of the circle, look to pull the trigger. Back with Halverson. Back to 5-on-5. Zawoyski, Halverson. Oh, her stick goes flying as Josie Lynn out of the box knocks it away. Zawoyski through traffic. And that's fought off by Blair with Nelson in the blue paint. We're back to 5-on-5. Keppel offside. .405 in overtime. Back to 5-on-5. Face off outside the Edina defensive zone. Cronin off the boards to Helmstetter. And penalty coming here on Ellie Chapman. Looks like the Fire are going to use their timeout. 3:56 to go in a 1-1 game. We'll be back in just a moment with the exciting conclusion here from Braemar. Another overtime power play opportunity for Holy Family. Ellie Chapman in the box for body checking. 3:56 to go. And the Fire have a 2-minute power play. Here's Box. Down low, Keppel. Try to go back door, but a good deflection by the Hornets to take it out to neutral ice. Limke, and now box near side. Back with Grayson Limke. Deflected. I think that hit someone on the bench. It did. Josie Lim trying to get that puck deep. Hit someone in her own bench. Face-off will come on the neutral zone. Box taps it back to Valentini. Halverson almost stole the puck. She does have it here. About 1-on-4, though. Backhand into the middle of the ice, and it's Limke. Great forecheck by Zawoyski. Gets back to her feet. Limke tangled with Halverson for a moment. It's Box sending it in deep. Minute 10 on the power play. To the side of the net, Anderson plays the glass, and that will get all the way down the ice. Foot race with Halverson and Limke. And Limke gets there just in the nick of time. Box stolen away by Zawoyski. Zawoyski looking back for Hannah Halverson. Trickles into the corner. Here's Limke. Oh, that hit the official skate. Unfortunate break. Luckily, though, back to the Fire. Would hate to see something like that end this game. Now Keppel at the circle. Shot. Oh, deflected. Could have gone anywhere. Box toward the dot for Valentini. 35 now on the Holy Family power play. Out front for Lynn, who couldn't make contact with it. Now it's Limke up top. Halverson up high. Forces the turnover. Sammy Hankinson to Halverson. Has Horton joining the rush. 2-on-2 now, 2-on-3. Backhand toward the front. And now it's turned over. Holy Family can push the pace. Here goes Box, 3-on-2. Getting back in the play. Box to the front. Wheels in, and Uma squeezes it. 2:01 to go in overtime. And 6 to go on the penalty to Ellie Chapman. It's been quite the game, folks. It's been a good one. Winner gets Minnetonka tomorrow night, 6 p.m. in the championship game. Quick turnaround. Knutson, that's a good hold. Knutson in the slot. Oh, and a pad save by Cornier. Big save. We're under 2 to go in regulation. Or overtime. We're through regulation. Here's Chapman out of the box. She'll dump it in and go to the bench. Paydosh, nobody home. Halverson steals it at the blue line. Works around Sander. Horton ties up from the line. Gardner, that's blocked. Didn't get all the way through. Helmstetter out to neutral. Porthen. Oh, she drilled someone there in the bench. Who wore that one? Minute 20 to go. Halverson, a Drogo Lamb. Here's Halverson, shoots, pad save, rebound, still loose. Halverson couldn't pull the trigger. That's stick to the boards by Sedona Blair. Now it's a Drogo Lamb. Swept to the point by Zawoyski. Final minute, DeBuck, Porthen, all the way through, and Blair squeezes it. Pardon the voice crack. 55.3 to go. And now the Hornets will take their timeout. 55.3 to go. And we'll take it with them and be back with the conclusion. Here we go. 55.3 to go in overtime. If we don't have a goal, we'll go to a shootout. Horton, Halverson, Nelson, McConnell, and Anderson for Edina. Sander, Lynn, Valentini, Padosh, and Helmstetter for Holy Family. Here we go. Lynn and Nelson. Lynn wins the draw. Valentini plays the glass behind the net, out to the half boards for Helmstetter, who backhands it toward the line. Halverson will hold the zone. Halverson, backhand pass. Horton toward the net. Rebound is pulled away by Josie Lynn. Now Lynn up ahead to Sander. Just enough for icing with 36.2 to go. Box replaces Josie Lynn in the dot. Same five for the Hornets. Nelson wins it from Box to Halverson. Back to the line, McConnell. McConnell through traffic. It goes just wide. Halverson, strong play at the half boards. Works it back to the line. Breaks loose for Limke. Here goes Limke, long way from the perimeter. Uma gloves it and then was going to move it, but the whistle came with 18.1. Defensive zone draw for the Hornets. That's down the ice. Valentini plays it well. Now Limke. Here's Tori Anderson in the final 10 seconds. Anderson, good pass. It's Horton. Could be one final chance off the tip of the glove of Blair. Clock hits zeros and looks like a shootout. Shootout to determine the winner. So we've played the 8 minutes of 5-on-5 overtime per the high school league rules. That means this game will officially end in a tie for the purposes of record keeping. So Edina is 8-2-1. Holy Family is 10-2-1 for the purposes of the records. But we will go to a 3-round shootout to determine who advances in the bracket. Uma Cornier, Sedona Blair in goal. It's going to be hard for the shooters to score, I would suggest. So a shootout it is to determine the winner of this one. Who will face Minnetonka in the championship game tomorrow, and who will face Andover in the third place game. Puck's at center ice. We're not going to scrape the middle of the ice like we do in the NHL. Goaltenders stay in their respective spots, and it's Lorelei Nelson, 9th grade forward, to shoot first for Edina. Who knows how often they even practice shootouts at the high school level, but it's Nelson against Blair. Here she goes. Nelson in with speed. Up the middle. Nelson moves in and forced wide, and Blair comes up with a save. Nelson didn't get much of an effort off, but Sedona Blair stayed home. Justina Valentini, first for Holy Family. 2 goals, 9 assists this season for the senior blue liner. Uma Cornier on the other end. Here goes Valentini. A little bit more of a slower run-up. Valentini, nice move, and fires it wide. So we're through one round. We'll go at least 3. Nobody has scored yet. Hannah Halverson next for Edina. 7 goals, 8 assists this season for Hannah Halverson. She starts out left. Halverson moves in, slows it up. Halverson misses the net. And caught the glass. Nice move. Liked how she slowed it down and came in from an angle. But catches the glass. Still no score. Katya Sander, the 9th grade forward for Holy Family. 4 goals, 5 assists this season. Here goes Sander. Uma out of her goal crease. Sander fanned on it, and it almost, well, it kept trickling, but Uma kept the pad there. Didn't get a clean shot off. And still nobody has scored through 2 rounds. Now Kate McCoy in the 3rd. Another 9th grade forward for the Hornets. Here goes Kate McCoy. McCoy moves in, backhand, hits the outside of the net. And now a chance to win it for the Fire. It's Haley Box, yet another 9th grader. All the 9th graders getting looks here. 2 apiece so far. Box, Holy Family's leading scorer. 12 goals, 8 assists. Up against the veteran Cornier. Here goes Box. In and a save. And as suspected, tough nuts to crack. Sedona Blair and Uma Cornier in the shootout. Whitney Horton gets the next look for Edina. Sophomore forward. She had a 5-point night last night. Here goes Horton. Moves in. Oh, nice save by Blair. She stuck with it. And we go to another potential winning shot for the Fire. Olivia Paydosh. Senior blue liner. She'll play college hockey at Dartmouth. 1 goal this season. Paydosh, right-handed shot. Glides up. Paydosh, backhand. Oh, another save by Cornier. She sticks with the backhand move. We go to the 5th. This is turning into an Olympics shootout. It's Tori Anderson, sophomore blue liner for Edina. 3 goals, 5 assists this season. Here she goes. Lines up, and a save on the slapper. Blair 5 for 5 in saves. Maddie Helmstetter, St. Thomas commit. 60 career goals. This one wouldn't count as a goal, but it would send her team to the championship. Helmstetter fans out wide with speed. Helmstetter moves in and saved. Got in a little too deep, and both teams will go to the 6th round. Can we start repeating shooters? I'm not sure. All right, it's Ellie Chapman for Edina. Senior forward, 2 goals this season. Here she goes, the left shot. Fans out, Blair out of her net. Goes between the legs. Oh, and it's onto the post. Oh, what a move by Chapman. She goes between the legs and just about finishes it off. But Blair the save. Wow. Josie Lynn, sophomore forward, only goal tonight for the Fire. Can win it in the 6th. Lynn misses the net. We're still going into the 7th. Oh, this is awesome. Kaylee Adrogo-Lamb, sophomore forward. 6 goals this season. She had 3 against Wayzata last week and 2 last night. Can she come up big here? This is the 7th. Adrogo-Lamb. And Blair shuts the door. Incredible stuff. This is Jenna Allen The junior forward, 3 goals, 4 assists. Big game last night. Can she do it? Cornier out of her crease. Allen moves in and brought it around. Uma couldn't hit the target. We go to the 8th. Oh, it couldn't be Lauren Zawoyski again, could it? 2 overtime winners against Holy Family in her career. Does she have a shootout winner in her here? Zawoyski, the Mankato commit, moves in with speed. Zawoyski backhand and a save. Eighth round of the shootout. Grayson Limke, Sacred Heart University commit, 65 goals in her career, 7 this season. 8th round of the shootout. Limke moves in, glove save, Cornier off the tip of the glove. It's the 9th. Who's gonna score? This is unbelievable. I can't quite believe this. What a duel between Sedona Blair and Uma Cornier. This is awesome. I'm not usually a big shootout fan, but this is something else. Taylor Gardner, sophomore defender, winds it up. Gardner just over the top. That was close. A good move, but couldn't hit the net. And here goes Taylor Keppel, St. Anselm University commit, coach's kid in the 9th round. Keppel against Cornier. Keppel to the left. She works her way into the middle. Backhand, tries to go 5-hole. Uma shuts the door to the 10th. Who's it going to be for Edina? All right, Sammy wants a question. Can we use the same shooters again? Or do we have to go through the roster? Yep, we got to keep going. Sammy Hankinson comes out. Senior blue liner, 10th round. We're getting deep into the rosters here. Our officials come over to the box to clarify something. 10th round of the shootout. Sammy Hankinson with the bid. Here she comes. Brings it up slowly. Hankinson. Oh, a stick save by Blair. Who's the 10th for Holy Family? It's Knutson. Ella Knutson, 1 goal, 5 assists. Long Island University commit. Here she comes. Knutson brings it up in the 10th. Knutson, save, Cornier. I can't believe it. 11th round of the shootout. Nora McConnell for Edina. Junior blue liner. Round 11. McConnell, right-handed shot, brings it up, and glove save by Blair. Ruby Lenk, the 9th grader, 2 goals, 4 assists. Lenk for Holy Family, brings it up. And another save by Uma. We've made it through 11 shooters apiece. No one has scored. This is real, folks. Oh, my goodness. Stella Hankinson, top of the 12th, moves in and misses the net. Mael Schugel, sophomore blue liner, 1 goal this season, 1 in her career. That's how deep we are into the rosters. In the 12th, Mael Schugel. Oh, she tripped. Uma's off her line and clears it. Oh, wow. Oh, I've never seen anything like it, folks. Taylor Porthen. Top of the 13th. This is like extra innings baseball. This is extra innings to the extra innings. Taylor Porthen moves in. Connecticut commit. Slowly weaves back and forth. Porthen backhand save by Blair. Oh, what more can these shooters do? Casey Cronin. Folks, we've gotten to the point. Casey Cronin has never scored a varsity goal. The sophomore blue liner looking to score on Uma Cornier in the shootout. Here she goes. Shot, and she scores! Oh my goodness!
Shootout goal scored on the 13th shootout attempt by Holy Family's number 4, Casey Cronin. Holy Family.
This is incredible. 2 hugs, an incredible shootout. Casey Cronin, who has never scored a varsity goal, scores the shootout winner on the 26th shot. It was the only goal out of 26 shots. That is unbelievable. Holy Family gets a date with Minnetonka. They're making their Walser Invitational debut, and Holy Family will play Minnetonka for the championship, and Andover Edina will play for 3rd place. I can't quite believe it, to be honest. Wow. We'll either have a team making its Walser debut in Holy Family win the tournament, or Minnetonka will win its first. Edina and Andover play for 3rd place at the Walser Invitational. Well, that's a wrap, folks. A little bit of a loss for words on that one. That is unbelievable. I'll let the pictures take you home on that. It's 1-1 officially in the scorebook. It ends in a tie. Holy Family wins the shootout in the 13th round, 1-0. And they advance to the Walser Tournament Championship game against Minnetonka. Well, Brandon Spratt signing off after almost 10 hours of hockey from Braemar. And we get set to do it over again tomorrow. So long, everyone. Have a great night.